Disclaimer: this video is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take anything said here too seriously. It's just jokes, gossip, and opinions. Please relax and enjoy the video. No, but for real, don't be getting packed out with anything that's said here. We're just literally talking mess and having a casual conversation. It's not that deep. Hey, it's your girl Shay Shay. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time, and welcome back if you've been here before. Today I want to talk about the Umar Johnson situation, or as the internet likes to call him, the Prince of Panhandling. This isn't just about some guy trying to open a school. It's about a decade-long saga of unfulfilled promises, missing funds, and some truly wild explanations. And the latest plan of action to get his school open, child, it's a $500 dinner date. You can't make this stuff up, and thankfully, you don't have to. Here's a clip of the man himself explaining the solution to his fundraising problem.
Program coming out for the ladies is called Lunch with the Doctor. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy, ladies. $500 donation to FDMG Academy, and you get a free lunch with Dr. Umar, restaurant of your choice in the state of Wilmington, Delaware. I said we got a new program called Lunch with Dr. Umar. Private lunch. Ladies, you got to donate $500 to the FDMG Academy, and I will take you to lunch, private lunch, any restaurant you want in the state of Delaware. It's called Lunch with the Doctor, and it costs you $500. You don't pay for the lunch. I pay for the lunch. Any restaurant in the state of Delaware. Oh, yes. Brothers, don't hate. We got to stop hating. Brothers, we got to stop hating. Don't hate, my ninja. Because if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your baby mom, do she want that luncheon with the doctor, we know what she gonna say, ninja. Don't test my intellectual gangster. If I roll up on your girlfriend, your live-in prisoner, you call a girlfriend. If I roll up on your live-in prisoner, your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend, who ain't there because she want to be, she there because she got to be. If I roll up on your romantic prisoner, my brother, if I roll up on your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend who living with you because she got to, not because she want to. Do she want that lunch date with the doctor? Do your wifey want that lunch date with the doctor? I think we all know the answer to that. Me and you are not the same. I keep telling you that. Me and you, we not the same. You not 6'3", dark chestnut cocoa brown with the North Philly beard. You ain't Leo King, ninja. You ain't Pan-Africanist #1. Nobody flying you to every continent to hear what you got to say. Only me. Don't make me take my t-shirt off and turn into King Kong right now. Don't make me beat my chest. Don't make me beat my chest. King Kong. Stop playing.
2014, Dr. Umar Johnson launched an ambitious campaign to build the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Leadership Academy for Black boys in Virginia in the United States. This project was meant to be a monumental step, a sanctuary for education and leadership. It resonated deeply with his supporters, who saw this as a tangible move towards self-sufficiency and empowerment. But the project, which was meant to be a unifying force, has instead been defined by a constant shifting of goalposts. When the initial Virginia deal fell through, Johnson promised a new location. He announced he had purchased a building in Wilmington, Delaware, to house the academy. On paper, this was a win. It was a tangible brick-and-mortar step towards the dream. Supporters cheered, believing the academy was finally becoming a reality, but then, as the saying goes, the school never came. The buildings just sat there. Years passed by and nothing changed. No children were enrolled, no renovations were made, nothing. The building remained an empty shell, accumulating city fines, and despite a lot of impassioned speeches and significant fundraising, the school remained just that, a promise in the distant future. This isn't just a bump in the road, it's a pattern that defines the decade-long journey. The cycle is simple: collect, announce, and then nothing. All right, now let's dive into the numbers because this is where the story starts getting really messy. So since 2019, allegedly, Dr. Umar Johnson's Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy has reportedly raised over $1.6 million in donations. That's a lot of believers in the dream, right? But sis, let's talk about what allegedly happened with that money. According to legal filings, the Wilmington property allegedly owes over $76,000 in unpaid fees, water bills, and penalties. And we're not talking a few late notices. Some of these allegedly date all the way back to 2020, putting the property at risk of sheriff's sale. In addition, the building has remained empty with no renovations or students enrolled. Y'all, this is some serious how do we manage the money vibes. Dr. Johnson has allegedly claimed that both his personal and school bank accounts were frozen, yet he continues accepting donations.
Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved.
Okay, so just before we continue, I'd like to give my opinion real quick. I want to make it clear that this is an opinion and this is all alleged. I'm not claiming that this is a fact. This is just purely allegations and my personal opinions. And I think it's ridiculous that, this is starting from a point of, I think it's somebody else that hacked my account. And then also the fact that there's no personal accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. I find that very unfortunate because to begin with, this was a project, building school for Black boys that did, to me, seem quite positive. And now it's become all about Dr. Umar, his personality, his personal finances, his family drama. This is supposed to be the principal of a school? So anyway, let's get back on track. Reports also suggest that he was allegedly using his personal accounts to allegedly pay school-related bills, allegedly. And y'all know that's not how a non-profit is supposed to work, allegedly. That's how you end up with your hand in the cookie jar, allegedly, the streets are saying. And the thing is, having raised allegedly $1.6 million reportedly, whilst the school cost $400,000, there should be $1.2 million left. But we have not heard nothing about the money that's left over after the alleged purchase of the buildings. So to sum it up, over $1.6 million reportedly raised, empty buildings, allegedly unpaid bills stacking up, allegedly frozen accounts, and yet the school still isn't open. Sis, the tea is hot, the math doesn't lie, and the disappointment is real. And how does a man who calls himself a prince respond to the possibility of losing his kingdom? He takes it to the streets. Instead of simply paying the debt, he has turned the legal battle into public spectacle. He calls for his followers to protest the system that is supposedly trying to take his school. He frames the issue not as one of financial mismanagement, but as a direct assault by the city on a Black-led institution. It's a calculated move to rally his base, to collect more donations, and to make himself the victim of the story. But you can't protest a sheriff's sale away, and the fact remains on the documents that he allegedly hasn't been paying his taxes.
Plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with, as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, to come in from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, standing strong, Leo season. We will not quit. We will not.
The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Here is a man who preaches about building Black institutions and being self-sufficient, but when it comes time to pay the bills for his own property, the response is a public spectacle. He talks about liberation and education, but the reality is just an empty building and growing list of debts. It's not a fight against the system, it's a fight against a bill collector. So back to the current day, where the Prince of Pan-Africanism, the global movement that seeks to unify and strengthen the bonds of solidarity among all peoples of African descent, is branding his latest fundraising tactic. But the receipts show that the leader's approach looks a lot more like panhandling. Beyond the recent $500 dinner dates, he has a knack for creating headlines that keep him in the spotlight and keep the donations flowing, while the accountability for the school remains a distant promise. In my opinion, the $500 dinner date isn't even about raising money for the school. If it were, the invitation would be extended to anybody, no matter their gender or their ethnicity or race, would be willing and happy to donate to this endeavor. But it's not. It's exclusive invitation for Black women only, his target demographic. In my honest opinion, this seems more like a gesture to find a woman rather than it being a serious fundraising effort. He talks about wanting to help, serve, and protect Black people, but all he has done is left thousands upon thousands of Black people with empty pockets and absolutely nothing to show for it, with schools about to be repossessed, not a single Black student enrolled, and no date when the school should be operational. There are many other ways that he could be trying to make up the monetary shortfall, such as selling a product, selling services, or even monetizing any of his social media accounts, but that doesn't appear allegedly to be the case from the outside. Now, to conclude, what's even sadder about the whole saga is how it drags down the very idea of Pan-Africanism, a time when the diaspora is already fighting itself online. We've got diaspora wars kicking up left, right, and center. We've got West Indians versus Africans, Africans versus African Americans, with a lot of people arguing over who's real and who's authentic. And instead of showing what unity can build, this situation allegedly becomes Exhibit A for white people's side-eye black movements. Dr. Johnson still claims the school will open soon, and maybe it will. But in addition, when you've had years of donations, allegedly unpaid bills, no functioning academy, you're not just letting donors down, you're giving fuel to people who say black unity can't work. This isn't about tearing him down, it's about demanding better from anyone claiming to lead us, because Pan-Africanism deserves more than big talk and allegedly empty buildings. It deserves results, and until we see them, the questions will keep coming. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about this situation and what you think is going to happen next. And also, would you ever pay $500 to go on a date with this man? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Shay out.